Hey guys, you're watching Footie Talk TV. Today we're going to do a roundup for you on the transfers so far. We're not going to cover every team and every transfer. We're just going to kind of summarise the majority, let you know about fees, what team they've come from, a little bit about how we think they're going to fit in, really. So first up, I'll just tell you guys that for the fees for the transfers, a lot of teams will just put out there that the fee is as of yet undisclosed. So what we've done is we've looked at a number of reports and kind of collated together to find what we think is probably an accurate valuation of the actual transfer fee, because really the teams don't really release many details to do with the transfers. So we've summarised what we think the transfer fee is most likely to be around. It probably won't be 100% accurate, aside from the ones where the teams have announced the transfer fee, obviously. It's a rough guide, really. Okay, so yeah, we'll get cracking on with the transfers for you. Okay, so we're going to start the transfers now. We're going to go in alphabetical order because I'm organised and it pleases me to do it that way. First up, we've got Arsenal. So obviously Arsenal's main signing, as I'm sure many of you are aware, Alexandre Lacazette from Lyon for a fee around £52 million. Yeah, Arsenal last season looked a little bit flat at times, really. Finished 5th. Quite a lot of people wanted Arsene Wenger to leave, really. So I think he's kind of had to justify himself in a way. So he's gone out there, he's made a big money signing, striker that's well known to be a bit of a goal machine. So yeah, I can't really see how this is a bad signing for Arsenal. Possibly there's going to be a partnership between Giroud and Lacazette, but there's also rumours Giroud will be going. We'll obviously bring you more on that through social media, so yeah, make sure you're following that to keep up to date. The other signing Arsenal have made is Sead Kolasinac from Schalke. He comes in on a free transfer. Yeah, he's really there to strengthen the defence. Arsenal have got quite an ageing defence now. Really, you've got Koscielny, Mertesacker. Those guys are all pushing 30, if not over. Yeah, it'll boost the back four a little bit, add a little bit of stability to that. I would expect possibly a couple more before the end of the transfer window for Arsenal. So next up is Bournemouth, who finished 9th respectively last season, and I think from their transfer activity, they're a team that's they feel they've got a lot to prove. Really, they've been quite busy, and in my opinion, they've made some pretty good signings. So first one is Asmir Begovic from Chelsea. He's a goalkeeper. He was really not that needed last season for Chelsea, and yeah, he held their number 2 spot behind Thibaut Courtois. So yeah, he comes to Bournemouth, a pretty good keeper, to be honest with you. Bought him for around £10 million. It'd be interesting whether he plays number 2 to Boric, who is Bournemouth's current goalkeeper, or whether there'll be a bit of a competition for the number 1 jersey. A good signing, in my opinion, for them, and we'll see how that one plays out. They've also signed Jermaine Defoe on a free transfer from Sunderland. Defoe really last season seemed to be the only person capable of scoring in the Sunderland side, and as a result got himself back into the England squad. Aside from Sunderland obviously getting relegated, it was a pretty good season for Defoe, and he joins a team where he'll probably get a bit more service from the likes of Joshua King, Jordan Ibe, Max Gradle, Harry Arter. There's quite a number of players there who can kind of contribute to him, and we know now Jermaine Defoe can finish just as good as ever. Even at the age of 36, he's still going strong. They've also signed Nathan Ake from Chelsea for around £20 million. Young lad, I think it's about 20, 22, something around that. Comes in for £20 million. He's a defender. As to whether he'll come straight into the back four, as of yet I'm unsure. I think realistically he'll probably make a couple of starts in some of the easier games, maybe come on as a substitute a couple of times, but I reckon he'll definitely make his way through into the starting 11. So yeah, really Bournemouth have done alright in my opinion, to be fair. Yeah, check out our social media. We'll keep you up to date on whether they're bringing anyone new in, anyone's going. Yeah, we'll obviously let you know as things transpire. So yeah, not really too bad for Bournemouth, really. Done alright. Next we've got Burnley, who finished in 16th last season, so not particularly great for them at all. Yeah, their first signing, they've signed Jonathan Walters from Stoke. We tried to get a fee for this one, but it seemed quite difficult. A lot of reports suggesting something different. We heard a rumour of about 3 million, some suggesting as much as 10 million. So yeah, it's really within that ballpark when we find out what the figure is eventually. But yeah, Jonathan Walters, not a bad signing for them. He's 33 years old. Did alright for Stoke, not too bad at all. And he comes into a team where he can potentially add a bit more going forward. They've already got the likes of Sam Vokes, who was their top scorer last season with 10 goals. Just behind him on 9 was Andre Gray. So really, Walters can add a bit to that, supply a few more, score a few perhaps. Burnley have also signed Jack Cork from Swansea for a fee of around £10 million. So yeah, he's a midfielder. Did alright for Swansea. Hopefully just add a bit more to him in midfield. They're really looking to improve on last season's results. They performed quite poorly in all honesty. So they'll be hoping to avoid relegation this season and kick on and do a bit better from last season. Last year's Premier League winners Chelsea are next. Their first signing is Willy Caballero from Manchester City. He's really come in to replace Asmir Begovic, who we talked about earlier, going to Bournemouth. So yeah, Caballero take the number 2 spot at Chelsea behind Thibaut Courtois. Again, not a bad signing, but really he's just there to fill a number 2 spot. We'll probably see him start a couple of League Cup games, perhaps, maybe a Champions League game. Certainly proved himself more than capable at Manchester City. They've also signed Antonio Rudiger. He's probably the biggest addition so far. He's a defender. Comes in from Roma. Yeah, it looked quite promising in the Confed Cup, which Germany won recently. Yeah, put in some really good performances, and it's easy to see why Chelsea would want to go for someone like that to build on their Premier League win last season. John Terry obviously going out, so yeah, there's probably the potential there for him to come in and earn his place really. There's rumours Kurt Zuma could be on his way out, so more than enough opportunity for Rudiger to get his way into the starting 11, definitely. One we will mention is Timuri Bakayoko from AS Monaco. This one's it's not confirmed yet by Chelsea. Perhaps by the time this video is posted, it may well be. Yeah, the rumour at the moment is the fee will be about £45 million for him, somewhere in that kind of ballpark. Good player, did really well for Monaco in their win in the French league. Definitely strengthens Chelsea. He'll probably play alongside N'Golo Kante, I'd imagine, especially with rumours that Nemanja Matic is potentially on his way out. Not sure yet which club he's going to, but he was absent from Chelsea's pre-season tour, so that would kind of suggest to me that he is on his way out. Yeah, Chelsea have done well. Probably a few more signings before the end of the window. Done good overall. Really impressed last season. So yeah, they'll need to build on that. Next we're on to Crystal Palace, who, this will be quite a quick one, have let goalkeeper Steve Mandanda rejoin Marseille for a fee believed to rise to about £5.3 million. He didn't feature hardly at all for Crystal Palace last season, and when he did, he wasn't really that impressive. They've let him go, obviously happy with their goalkeeping options, with Julian Speroni and Wayne Hennessy. So yeah, quite a quick one for Crystal Palace really. Not a lot to say about them at all. On to Everton now, who are another team that's been quite active in the window so far. First signing we're going to talk about is goalkeeper Jordan Pickford from Sunderland. In my opinion, Pickford had a really good season. Again, despite Sunderland being relegated at the end of the season, I think still he showcased some great goalkeeping qualities and really put in a number of good performances. So yeah, he joins for a fee of about £25 million, and I think he will really show his worth that much. I think he's going to become a really good keeper, especially with a more solid squad around him, the likes of Ashley Williams at the back, who give him a bit more protection. Another signing we'll talk about for Everton is the signing of Michael Keane from Burnley for a fee believed to be around £30 million. Again, he'll come into the back four, most likely start straight away, I'd imagine, and yeah, he'll go a long way to giving Pickford some more protection. And yeah, really Everton I think could really improve on last season, and I expect them to do a bit better this time round, especially with the signings they've made. On to another signing, possibly the biggest one so far, you might argue, for Everton, is the transfer of Wayne Rooney from United. He rejoins Everton, it's his boyhood club. Obviously, Wayne Rooney speaks for himself, really, doesn't it? He found his chances quite limited last season with United, and obviously this season he's going to move back to Everton, and yeah, he's got a good set of statistics to take with him there. So we'll see how it goes for him. Yeah, good signing in my opinion. 2015-16 Premier League winners Leicester are up next. Yeah, they kind of went back to usual form last season. Really didn't do too well at all, especially after winning it in the 2015-16 season, as I said. Yeah, it wasn't too great for them for a majority of the season. They found themselves being quite flat, weren't really creating many chances, not scoring many goals either. I mean, the likes of Jamie Vardy and Riyad Mahrez really suffered and didn't perform well at all. So yeah, their first signing is Vicente Iborra, a striker from Sevilla. He's obviously been brought in to perhaps play alongside Jamie Vardy, just to give another option for a striker really. The ones they brought in last season, Slimani and Musa, they haven't really lived up to expectations at all, and like I said, they struggled last season. So yeah, hopefully with this signing they'll perhaps do a little bit better this season. Someone who's left Leicester in this transfer window is goalkeeper Ron-Robert Zieler, who's joined Stuttgart. He played number 2 to Kasper Schmeichel last season, and he did feature in a number of games where Schmeichel wasn't able to play through injury or whatever. So I'd imagine Schmeichel will retake his place as the number 1 keeper, and perhaps yet they'll sign a replacement for Zieler. Yeah, that's it really for Leicester. Not a lot more to talk about. I expect, like I said, them to sign a goalkeeper at some point, and yeah, they'll probably do a little bit more yet, so we'll keep you up to date on that. Liverpool up next, who had their first top 4 finish since the 2013-2014 season, when they finished second to Manchester City. Yeah, they've been quite quiet really, Liverpool, I would say. Major signing is obviously Mohamed Salah from Roma, comes in for about 39 million. Yeah, a good signing, definitely goes well with what Liverpool are trying to do. Quite a lot of pace in their attacking options already, so Salah obviously will add to that. As to where he'll start exactly remains to be seen. It's most likely he'll play probably right wing or left wing, and Mane will move on to whichever one he's not on, with Firmino probably starting as the striker up top. Coutinho probably playing a little bit deeper behind them, which they experimented with a little bit towards the end of last season. So yeah, not a bad signing. Another one is obviously they've signed Chelsea youth player and England under-21s international Dominic Solanke, who won the World Cup with the England under-21s not too long ago. They definitely get chances under Jurgen Klopp because he likes to obviously invest in youth, give them chances, and yeah, we'll see how he does. He's definitely seen as a prospect, and yeah, he could find himself with quite a good chance to impress this season. Right, on to Manchester City, who for their first signing, we'll talk about goalkeeper Ederson, who's come in from Benfica. He impressed at his time in Benfica, and quite a number of people have earmarked him to be quite a good goalkeeper in the future, and yeah, definitely I would say needed, considering Claudio Bravo didn't really perform as expected at all. In fact, I'd probably go as far as to say it was possibly the worst keeper in the Premier League last season. Yeah, did not do well at all. So yeah, I think this addition's definitely needed. Obviously, Joe Hart's returned from loan at Torino, so they've got that option there. But from the sounds of it, they're more likely to just try and offload Joe Hart. So I don't think Guardiola really wants to give him much of an opportunity. He just wants to get rid of him. So yeah, Ederson's definitely needed in that department for Manchester City, for a fee of around 31 million, I believe. Next signing we'll talk about is Bernardo Silva, who's come in from Monaco. It cost about £43 million, and yeah, he's one of their biggest additions so far. He's a defensive midfielder, so more than likely he'll be sitting quite deep for Man City, which is where they've needed strength, and yeah, a little bit of inconsistency from them last season, but as a couple of top teams were, they were quite inconsistent, dropping a few points here and there where you'd expect to be picking them up. So yeah, a good signing, definitely a smart signing, I would say, on Guardiola's part. Yeah, definitely adds to the team and build on what they've already got. Okay, so quite a recent signing for Manchester City is the signing of Kyle Walker from Tottenham. Biggest addition so far, believed to be about £50 million. Yeah, definitely needed, considering they've just let Pablo Zabaleta go. He's gone to West Ham. So yeah, it's needed. Definitely adds more strength at the back for them, which again is an area they looked a little bit uncertain last season, I would say. So yeah, very good signing. All in all, to sum up City, I would say they've done well so far to add strength. I expect maybe one or two more. I wouldn't say they'd be big money ones, but I'd expect a couple more players before the end of the window. Something I will just say about City, they've released quite a few players in the window. The likes of Gael Clichy, Zabaleta, as I've mentioned, Bakary Sagna, and Jesus Navas, who's been quite a good player for City, really, in my opinion. But yeah, all those guys have been released. So yeah, they've got some spots to fill in the City squad at the moment. But again, all in all, I think they've done quite well for themselves. Up next, we're on to Manchester United, who finished 6th last season, and yeah, even though they won the Europa League, they will probably hope to do a bit better domestically, and then yeah, obviously they'll be in the Champions League because they won Europa. So the first signing we'll talk about for them is Victor Lindelof, comes in from Benfica. Definitely somewhere they needed more strength at the back. It's been a bit of a weak point for United over the last couple of seasons. Really, they've got such a good keeper in De Gea, but they've never really been able to give him the full protection he needs, really, or that he would expect from his defence. Next one we'll talk about is obviously Romelu Lukaku, not to be mistaken with Stormzy, of course, which has happened recently in a newspaper. Yeah, it comes for an initial fee of £75 million, which we expect to rise to about £90 million. Again, Lukaku's record speaks for himself. It's an absolute goal machine. Obviously losing Zlatan to injury last season did kind of hinder them towards the end, but yeah, it'll definitely be a good addition for United, and if they play to his strengths, it can only be good for them. On to Watford now, who narrowly escaped relegation last season. They finished 17th, so literally by the skin of their teeth avoided relegation. Definitely need a lot of strength coming into the Watford squad. They've obviously got a good foundation there already with the likes of Troy Deeney, Ighalo. There's definitely plenty to build on, but last season they just really struggled. So yeah, the first signing we'll talk about for them is Will Hughes, comes in from Derby County for a fee of about £8 million. Yeah, I can't say I've seen too much of Will Hughes, but he is regarded as someone who's quite an up-and-coming player. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how he does next season, definitely. Another signing for Watford is Tom Cleverley from Everton, comes in for again about £8 million, adds more strength in midfield, as will Will Hughes. Another one we need to keep an eye on, see how he does. He's not really performed to his full potential at previous clubs, but yeah, hopefully he'll be able to make a bit of a fresh start at Watford and perhaps kick on and find some form. West Brom up next. He finished 10th last season. Yeah, only really one signing to talk about for them, which is the £14 million signing of Jay Rodriguez from Southampton. It's a bit of a weird one, this. I don't quite understand why Rodriguez would leave Southampton to join West Brom, unless he felt his chances were a bit too limited, doesn't get on with management or whatever, I don't know. Showed some promise at Southampton the last couple of seasons, so yeah, it'd be interesting to see how he does at West Brom, see what he can add to the team. So that's everything from us, guys. Yeah, we've brought you quite a number of transfers. Apologies if the video seems quite long-winded, but yeah, hopefully you've got a bit of an idea of who your team's signed and who's gone, what to expect. That's all from us, really. Don't forget to follow us on social media. We're on Twitter, Facebook, Tumblr. All the links for those will be in the description for the video. Yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll be doing another video shortly before the season begins. We'll give our predictions, winners, top 4, relegation, all that. So yeah, stay tuned. Thanks for watching, guys. Footie TV.